We've talked about methamphetamine and we've talked about cocaine. Now let's talk about crack cocaine. Crack cocaine, a crystallized form of cocaine, became popular in the 1980s. According to the U.S. Drug Enforcement Agency, the price of illegal cocaine dropped by as much as 80% during the late 1970s. Dealers looking for new ways to sell their products turned to crack cocaine. Crack cocaine can be produced by dissolving powdered cocaine in a mixture of water and ammonia, boiling it, and it would chunk up, and that would be rocks. Smoking crack brings on a short, intense high, making it more addictive than powder cocaine. Crack cocaine was also a lot cheaper than powder cocaine. It was selling for about $5 a rock back in the 1980s. Crack usage began to surge in the 1980s. Between 1985 and 1989, the number of regular cocaine users jumped from 4.2 million to 5.8 million. Around the same time, crime in some major cities spiked. A 1988 study by the Bureau of Justice Statistics found that crack use was tied to 32% of all homicides and 60% of all drug-related homicides in New York City. This is what we all know as the crack epidemic. The Federal Anti-Drug Abuse Act of 1986, part of the War on Drugs, established a disparity between the amount of crack and powdered cocaine needed to trigger certain criminal penalties at a weight ratio of 100 to 1 and set a mandatory 5-year minimum sentence for any crack cocaine possession. For example, the same minimum penalty of 5 years was given for 1 gram of crack cocaine as for 100 grams of powder cocaine. Opponents argued the law was racist since crack users were more likely to be African American. In response to these criticisms, the Fair Sentencing Act of 2010 reduced the weight of ratio between crack and powder to 18 to 1 and eliminated the mandatory 5-year sentence for crack possession.